Guys, so with me is none other than Shakti Kannan. He is a very privileged, seasoned test architect and a QA professional with more than 15 years of experience. But uh, rather than me speaking about him, I would request him to give a little background about himself. So over to you, Shakti.
Hello, Aditya. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for this interview. Hi, everyone. This is Sakti Gannan, and I'm from Cognizant. I'm 15 years of experience in my testing field, and I live in London, and I work for one of the giant retailers here. I am a test architect here, implementing shift left strategies as well as implementing something called, test advocate roles in the area of quality engineering. I'm very much interested in AI and Gen AI stuffs, learning, and I'm an enthusiast in that area as well. That's a
Excellent. Yeah, brilliant.
about me.
No, thank you so much. And thanks once again for joining us for this small chit chat that we have for the speaker interview series. By the way, this is ATA GTR 2024. This is the ninth edition of the Global Testing Retreat, one of the largest conference in India and Asia. And we are glad that Shakti is with us. And such a kind of what you call privileged person that he is and the kind of seasoned professional he is. And he's going to bring in an excellent topic to the conference, which is amazing according to me. I'm going to say it loud. It is boosting developer and QA productivity, pair programming with AI Gemini Code Assist and Live Share. So without divulging too many details, if you would like to share a little bit, maybe that would help our audience and decide to join this session or not. I would surely do, but I would request you to speak a little bit about it.
Yeah. So that's a quite big topic. What I can see actually. So it got AI code asset, it got the pair programming, it got the live share, and all other stuffs actually, and as well as the shift left strategy and boosting the productivity. So it's a combined kind of like stuff where you can see like. I introduced myself that I wanted to implement the shift left ways of working as well as the quality advocate role in the area wherever I am. So I don't want to be in the old ways of working, like where a developer develops something and then he hands over the code to the testers. The term testers I'm quoting here, and saying that can you please test this, and it will be deployed to some environment, and then we will be doing some testing, and there will be something called N-1 automation where people will be sitting separately and doing some automation. Then there was a maturity happening. Then there was in sprint automation, and people will say that I'm doing automation in the sprint itself, and then doing my testing. But I do think that there is a gap here. Like, so developer is doing something, and you are doing separately. But what if we combine the both work actually? So that's where the paired ways of working comes into the picture. So the moment you start your development, even before you start your development, you just go through your features during your elaboration session. What you will do is like you will talk about the features, you will talk about the risks, you will kind of like come up with the list of tests that you need to do, and which will pave the way for your TDD, like test driven development model, where you and your developer, you sit together in a single single repository, and you will start writing your test. Your developer will be developing their code. It can be vice versa. Sometimes quality engineers, they are well equipped right now with the help of this code assist tool, where they can develop the code as well, and then you can educate your developer to play a role of a quality engineer, and then it's vice versa, and then you can contribute towards. And how would helps in boosting the productivity is like you developer develops the code, you are there in the call, and I mentioned something called live share. So if you are using a tool called what is it, IntelliJ, or if you're using a tool called Visual Studio. So in Visual Studio, something called Live Share, and in IntelliJ, something called Code With Me. So what happens is like you will be in a single code repository where you and developer will be keep on editing or keep on updating that particular single repository, and you both commit together. So what happens? You develop it together, you test it together, where your effort is like reduced a lot, instead of like you deploy things to the some environments and then you test it actually. That's one thing. Second is like I've told about something on the code assist tool. So how can a code assist tool help? So I've mentioned that a quality engineer can pitching, and then they can do their development activities as well, or defect fix activities as well. So being a quality engineer, so how does this code assist help a lot is like, there might be a developer code where you wanted to understand what is the code is, and you wanted to do edit. So the code assist tool, that there are a number of code assist tools available in the market. So for example, if I take Gemini, so I just go to Gemini, I tell that, can you please explain this? And we explain me clearly saying that, okay, this is the code, this is what he is explaining about, and this is what he is doing. So it will be very clear for me so that I can go start editing. The moment I start editing, what my code assist tool will say is like, is this what you are expecting? Then it's just tabbing. This just tabbing. At the end, it is kind of like I select my code and I'll generate the unit test with the help of my code assist tool itself. And then I'll make sure that the unit tests are passing, whether the code is working fine, and all other stuffs that I wanted to check actually. So this is like a double way work. One, I'm shifting left. Two, I am kind of like pairing and then bringing in new ways of working in my team. Third, I'm boosting my productivity. Fourth one, I am kind of like going to the next ladder. Rather than being a tester, I'm going to the next ladder like a quality engineer, as well as I can call myself an S-data or however you wanted to call it is actually. So that's what this topic is all about. I started implementing in my projects and I was able to see a huge benefit out of this one. Out of which, because of this shift left ways of working and then paired ways of working, we can kind of like identify a different role of a quality engineer to be there in a project has been identified, and we are implementing that one, and the productivity boosted, and we can see the benefits in production. That very less production issues. There are no P1 issues. Even if you get the production issues, it's very minor issues that you can resolve it, which is the beauty of risk-based testing, and then pushing to the production and then testing things in the production actually. So that's what the simple gist about the paper. I'm going to kind of like present that in a detailed way, the way that we have created this presentation. If possible, I can come up with some simple videos like how it happens. How it kind of like helps us, example kind of like that.
Very nice. I think look at the detail in which Shakti has explained and the experience that he is carrying to get this done, and practically who has achieved success in basically getting productivity up, the efficiencies up, and also the defects, basically what he also mentioned, is down, and also getting basically some of these technologies into play is something to watch out for, right? So with that, I'm not going to ask more about the topic or his work related things, but last question that I normally ask is what is your passion other than work and other than technology?
Yeah, other than work and technology, my passion is traveling. I travel a lot because I'm very close to European countries. I travel a lot to the countries, meeting new people, understanding the new culture, and of course, at times, I will be joining a number of events happening around the tech events and stuff like that. So where I will be able to talk with a number of professionals there. I can socialize myself, learn new things. It's good in that way actually. Yeah.
Amazing. So guys, if you have to know more about Europe and more about London, he's there. And if you want to basically take his inputs, not only in the testing, QA and automation and generative AI that he's using in his code and his work, you can also ask him questions about where to visit and what not to visit and what to carry, because he carries so much traveling experience. And we have hats off to you for being with us once again. My namaskar, and thank you so much I'm extremely glad that you are with us. Thank you so much, Shakti.
Thank you so much, Aditya. Namaskar.
Namaskar.